everyone and welcome back. It's Angela. How are you all doing today? I hope you're feeling well and the weather's behaving itself, or maybe not, so that we can craft along together just for a short while. So grab a cuppa or grab your goodies and come and follow along. We're going to make a quick little project. Right, you can see I've got an envelope on the table. It's a bit of a brown envelope, which is great. I have cut it in half, but I'm going to talk you through that now. Right, so I've got this envelope. It's about 8.5 inches by 4.5 inches up into the flap line there. And then if I convert that in centimeters, that's more or less 21.5 centimeters that way and 11.5 this way, there or thereabouts. Okay, you can use any size envelope, really you can. Go and grab one. If it doesn't have a flap on it, cut a strip of paper, fit it into glue into this section, and then you've got a flap left over there. So go and use a mailer. It would work perfectly well with that. Right, so I have now cut this completely in half, 2 pieces like that. And I've also taken my craft knife. Well, yeah, I slit the end off here, very fine end, so that I could open it up like that. And then I tore off the little bits that were stuck down there very carefully. We're going to cover that, so that's not the end of the world. So we've got a piece like this now, and we've got a piece like this. It's open there, and it's got this bit is still sealed. Okay, so that's what we've got. Now, what I want to do is I want to turn this piece around like that. I'm going to stick this onto the back of this piece. So let's do that now. Right, so I'm looking for the glue. We're going to take our glue, and I've never done this before. Just, you know, messing about here yesterday, playing around with this envelope, looking for different ways, because, you know, I do love my envelopes. Right, so I'm going to just take that flap and I want to get it onto this piece here, making sure that it's not quite into the crease line. So let's just make sure that that isn't. I'm going to show you now once I've done that. And then also to make sure that we line it up there. So with any luck, if I just want to make sure it lies flat, and it does, so that's great. Okay, so that's the first step. So we now have a piece like that, and we have a piece like that, and we can also take this bit here and just put some glue on the inside of that. I'm just checking where the top of that ends, and stick that down. So we now have a base that we are going to be able to use in our journal. So I'm very excited. Right, so let's see what we're going to do here. I want to cover some of these bits, and then I'll show you what my plan is with it. Let's start with this bit here. Now what I did here was I've cut out a piece, and the way I did this was to cut out a complete square. I then tucked in this piece inside here, before I glued this down, mind. And then I took my pencil and drew a line across there, and then cut that piece off once I've taken it out. All right, so that's how you do that. I would suggest doing that before you glue it down. Right, so I'm going to just stick this down. So I've inked it all up, and I thought I would just limit those things today. So I hope you're all well. I hope that you've all been crafting and enjoying some good weather. We've had some strange all the seasons in the weekend, which we often have, but it gives me a chance to carry on crafting, because I'm not a fan of crafting in hot weather, as I'm sure most of you guys aren't either. So just want to get this lined up and not talk while I'm doing it, just in case I mess it up. So there we go. That one's covered that section really easily. Now the same with this piece here. I took a longer rectangle. I put this inside, or you can just go like this and clip it on, and then turn it over, draw that shape and cut it out. Then to get this shape on that side, I wanted this to have the same. I just turned it around and shaped it again over there and trimmed around that, if that makes any sense. All right, so this is going to go in here, and we might need to lift this side up a bit and stick it down, if I'm honest. That's easily done. So we want to get that in there and stick that down. So let's do that first, and then we can make a score line, so exactly where it is actually folding. And that's going to cover the inside. Now, you don't have to cover the inside of your envelope, of course. You know, there's nothing wrong with the color of the envelope itself, but you know, I have done it. So I'm going to just get that in there. We want to match that up nicely and quickly, because the art glitter glue, as I keep saying, is not very forgiving. Right, so I've got that there. There we go. Right, now I can actually just put a little bit more glue here, like that. All right, now while that's doing its thing, we can just trim this off here in line. So I made a bit of a border. So just very carefully, I'm just trimming that off there like that. All right, and there we go. So that now looks like a little envelope on its own. And then on the actual fold line, which I think lines up with this line, I'm just checking there, it's slightly higher. Let's do it like this. And take your bone folder just so that you can see where the line needs to be. Gives you a good guide. And there we go. Right. So now that, probably use your ruler just to make sure. Yeah, that's great. And then we will come back and cover that piece as well. Or let's do that now. So I'll show you quickly. Okay, so I've taken a sheet of paper here. I'm going to line the fold line there right on the edge of this piece. So there we go. Slightly shorter than that. And I'm going to use this as a template and just very carefully draw around it with my pencil. And there you have your piece that we can go and cut out. All right, so we can just go and distress that a little bit. My little thing is falling apart. They do, no matter which type you use, they do fall apart, don't they? But I quite like it. Only thing I don't like is the little bits that land here, but I do like it when it's not new. It works better. Right. So now if I go and stick this down, get some glue right up to the edge there. And anywhere that it's sticking over, you can just trim, because that does happen, especially when it's a strange shape. All right, so there we go. We can just go like that, and there we go, covered. I should have moved it over a bit, but there we go. I'm happy with that. So that side's all completed for the moment, and we can come back to that at a later point. Right, so I've got a little piece I'm going to put over here. Now I have used here my vintage collage pages. So these are, I brought them here to show you. These I did a while ago, and I love this, and I wanted a bit of font in here. And what I thought was, I'd ask you guys if you'd be interested in me putting together a printed pack of these, together with my creamy lace digital pages and the other lace background pages, with all the colors that I did as a printed pack. You know, if you're interested in that, then please leave me a note in the comments for printed, people who like to buy the printed kits. So it'd be a set of these, the lace background pages and the cream lace background page that I use a lot of. So you can let me know. But that is available as a digital anyway. All of them are. Right, so I'm going to now just glue this down. And these pages go so nicely together with the mauves. All sorts of things, but because they're quite neutral, so, well, they are neutral, so you know, it's good to bring in. I like to bring in some font at somewhere in my journal. I just love it. Right, so we've got that there, and then all I've done is I've taken a piece of my polka dot lilac color paper. It's part of the background, and this is 2 3/4 inches wide and just over 4 inches long. So as long as this, and I've done it 2 3/4. I've folded it to end up with 1.5 centimeters, inches, sorry. All right, so that's what I've done there. I've made it double because, you know, just for longevity. You can do it single. I am using 160 GSM paper or 60-pound weight, but I just like it to last. So I've got that there, and I'm going to stick it down. I've taken one of the discs from my add-on kit, love that, and just taken a little sprig of a leaf, which I've die cut, and I'm going to just tuck that underneath there. So we're going to get this one stuck on first, so let's do that. Now this little project would make a great standalone project. A lovely happy mail, or like I'm going to do, I'm going to put it inside my journal. So, you know, I'm going to cover up one of the leaves. So that's all right. And just so that I don't get glue on the wrong places, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just turn that over and put 2 lines there with my pencil, so that I know I mustn't go over those lines when I'm gluing. Otherwise it becomes a big tacky mess, doesn't it? So that's what I'm planning to do here. And I should have moved that down. Gosh, Angela. Right, so now we're only having 2 leaves stick out. There we go. So I've sort of centralized that like that. And now we're ready to put this down. And this is just going to be a little quick and easy belly band. And I'm trying to keep everything as flat as possible here, as you can see, so that we are able to fold this up nicely. So I think that's about the center point. Right, so we're coming along nicely. Right, this one's also very easy. A bit of the polka dot paper. You could take any paper. These are just misprints that I had. So I like to make use of them for my projects because, you know, it's really good paper. You know, I like to use the HP color choice. But in the US, if you're not able to get hold of HP, the hammer mill is fantastic as well. And I've put those all on my Amazon favorite tools list. If you're not sure about it, I've tried it before and it is great. Right, oh sorry, this is now the width of this, and it's 2 inches wide, and I've just doubled it up so I can make an easy little pocket here. So I'm just getting that in place, and I'm going to stick that down just over there. So really easy. Just get some glue to the 3 sides, and I'm going to stick that down. And then I'm going to just use my Fabri-Tac quickly. And I've got a little one of my sentiments from my Ephemeran Sentiments kit. Nothing but blue skies on their way. Yeah, we got to stick with positivity. Oh, then I'm using some of that Danielle beautiful lace. It is beautiful. And I'm going to stick it down here. Yeah, and in actual fact, I'm not going to use the whole piece because I think it's going to bulk up. So what I'm going to do is 3 of the flowers. Right, so I'm going to take my other scissors and I'm going to cut it over there, and I'm going to stick that. Oh, I need to make that a bit wider, don't I? Now, if you wanted to stitch around these, this would be the time. You know, if you wanted to stitch around these for decorative purposes, you could do that before you go and put the back section on. I'm not stitching anything, so I just thought I'd share that with you. Now, we're not going to cover anything here, unless you're going to do make this a gift or something, or a happy mail or something like that. But if you're going to stick it in your journal, then you don't need to cover this square here, but we are going to cover these two. Now this will be the front, so I'm going to start with this one quickly. Really easy again. Just going to stick this down, so let's do that. And I love the color combinations here with this teal, blue, and the creams and the neutrals. It's just speaking to me, and I'm a pink girl, but you know, this is definitely right up there, right up there. So to all my fellow pink friends, you know, let me know what you think of lilacs now. Right, I've got this little triangle. It's just a piece that I've measured by putting it on here like that. And cut across there, made it slightly smaller. It's another little tuck spot, so I'm going to just get that glued down. Right, so we'll get that there and there, and we're going to put some decorations on here. So I have got 2 little bits. This is from the lilac color of that I've cut out a lavender. I've chopped its stalk off because it's only going to go that high, just to get it on there. All right, so I've taken one of my paper cream flowers, sewn on a little purple button there, and then I'm going to just stick this down as well, so that's easy to do. Lovely to have these flowers already prepped with your buttons, because they make great additions to the little decorative bits that you want to stick on. And then of course just a little butterfly that we have cut out, and I'm going to just stick that down as well. And then that's a really nice decorative pocket there. So let's put that over there. Right, and then just the last little section. I've got another one of the piece of that page that I showed you, and I'm going to stick that down quickly. I'm going to just get this over here. There we go, that fits perfectly. And then for a little pocket here, I thought I'd stick down one of Claude Monet's beautiful quotes. I must have flowers, always and always. Definitely Claude, you had it spot on there. And then I'm going to just make this a little pocket like this. And I'm going to move it slightly to the left because I want to put some decorative bits on this side. Right, so we've got that, and then got one of these cut out from that cardstock, and going to just get that glued down. And then just again from that cardstock pad I talked about, DCWV, really handy card pack. Again, that's also on my Amazon favorites tools list if you're interested. Great to use when you're looking for cardstock in a pad. You tear out the page you like, and it's so many different colors. So go and have a look for that one. You get it in different sizes depending where you live, really. Okay, gonna just stick that one on there. This one's from the mason jar, this die cut. Then just one of my little bits. This came from my mini lilac journal. I'll just fussy cut it out. And I'm gonna just put that like that. Now don't mind that it's going to lap there, because this is going to be the front, so that's okay. And there's a nice little pocket there. Right, now we're not quite finished with the decoration. I wanted to just made a little envelope. Now you can see I've just cut this out from 5 inches by 5 inches of paper. That's about 12.5 centimeters. All right, and then the way I did this was, and this is when this board is such a blessing. All I did was I lined up the point, which was a point before I rounded them off, and then I was able to see what I wanted to do. So I made 2 score lines at 1.5 inches from that side, 1.5 inches there, and then I turned it around this side, lined it up again, and I have left, I think it was 3, yeah, 1 2 3. So again, this one's got 2 inches from that side, 2 inches from that side. All right, so 1.5 inches in, 2.5 inches in. Now 1.5 inches is 4 centimeters, no, is it? Yes, 4 centimeters, and 2.5 inches is 6.5 centimeters. Okay, so then I just scored them, folded them, I rounded all the corners, and I did it this way because not everybody's got an envelope punch board. So this is how I've done that. Now your finished little envelope measures 9 centimeters by 7.5. So that is 3.5 by 3. Okay, if you've got an envelope punch board. And I wanted to put that on over here. So once I've done that, I just want to glue this side, and stick that down. And then I'm going to stick this on here. So we can do that. And I'm not going to be able to make a pocket of this because there's not really much of an edge to hide something behind it. Right, so I've got that over here like that. And we're going to stick that down. And then very simply got a little sprig here. And then we've got the bulk of this done. It's just a case of getting our ephemera and things then. And there you have it. All right, so far so good. Right, so now this, I just want to check this is all going to fold up nicely, and it is. It's going to fold up beautifully. We've got our envelope there at the back, but that's perfect. All right, so I'm going to grab the ephemera and we'll carry on. So we're back to put in the ephemera and to finish this off. Right, so I have cut out a little circle here from my circle punch, 2 of them, 2 little discs from paper, no card, and I've just glued them together. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my glitter glue here. I'm going to put glue on the bottom sort of half, just less than half, and I'm going to just get the glue at the bottom, and I want to just stick that here so that I can use this as a little way to close the envelope. So once this is dry, I'll be able to bend that bit there slightly and tuck it underneath there and keep that closed. I'll do that when it's dry, so we'll let that dry a bit before I do that. Okay, so there's that. This one I'm not going to put a closure on because once we've closed it, it will keep it closed. So I'm not going to worry with that. Now you can go and put ribbon, stick the ribbon across here, and then tie a bow on the side here. I'm going to try and attempt something else with a little tab bit as well, because I don't really want ribbon to go all the way across. It's nice if it is a gift for somebody, but I'm going to leave that. Right, so let's go and see what we are going to do to stick this down. I've got my book here, my signature I should say, and I had planned to put it onto one of these pages, but I don't think it'll fit here, but not with my closure. So I'm going to move that to a cream page that I saw earlier, if I can find it. Here we go. I'm going to stick it down over here. So yeah, just opposite my Edith Holden page. So if I do that and stick it there, I'm going to put tags in the top there. I'd be able to fit on my closure. Let's hope this works. I've never done this before, but I've seen other people do it. So let's hope it's going to work. Right, let's get that done. Hold it at the top. Let's get our, before we do that, let's decide where we're going to stick it, because you don't want to have your art glitter glue that dries so quickly and then you don't go and put it in the right place. So I'm going to get it. I like my pencil to do this so that I don't have to worry about it. Okay, so I've got my pencil marks. We will cover them. We are going to put some glue along there. Nice thick band of glue. And the bottom, of course, you can use your double-sided tape or any other adhesive that you would prefer. And as I said, you could cover the back of this and give it to somebody as a happy mail, or, you know, anything like that. Gift. Right, now we've got our lines, so it makes it easy. Go like that. Line it up with the bottom line, and now we've got it exactly where we want it. So I just want to press this down. Of course they're going to mow the lawn now when I'm recording. They're mowing the lawn in the park. Okay, so I'm still dubious about this. I'm still dubious. I'm not sure. I might leave it. We'll see. Right, so while that dries, let's put all the ephemera in. So we've got our little card over here, and that's going to go in there. I will then close that up once that's dried. Then the one that I put at the top here, and you can put notes and all sorts in there, is this little cute one with the cats, the butterfly, and the lilac. So that's the one I've decided I'll put in over at the top there. So there's that. Then on this side, I was going to put a little envelope in there, and you can do, but the small envelopes that come with the add-on kit are just a little bit too wide. If you've got the mini lilac journal kit, that envelope will fit in here. This is just this lovely lady, and it just gives a little bit of a difference from all flowers, so I've stuck her in there. Then on this side over here, I found one of my mini doilies. I cut it out. It was lying around, so I've decided to put that in there with this little flower. So we just put that in there, and then if I close those up, I've got these two, beautiful, and I'm going to stick the bird in there. And actually, I'm going to switch this around so that I can see the bird better. Right, get it right, Angela, that's better. I thought I had the flowers upside down there for a moment. Okay, that's better, yes. And then over here, we've got these little bits here. So we've got this lovely lady who's one of my favorites of all time. So she's going in there, and then just one of these little labels that you can journal on as well. I'm going to stick that just behind over there. All right, so that's everything on that page. This is stuck down nicely. I'm not sure I'm going to go with this now, although I don't know. I'm apprehensive. I think I might just leave it. And then I've got 2 bits that I want to stick at the top. So just 2 pieces of ephemera from my ephemera kit. Put an eyelet in there. I put a little ring, a circle and an eyelet here with a silk ribbon. And I love those. So we're going to just tuck those in at the back over there. And there we have it. This I'm going to make a nice tuck spot with. And these pick up these flowers perfectly. So we'll be able to tuck in notes or postcards or anything, letters or anything, photographs, anything in there. So that's what that's about. And I like all the layers. All right, everyone, that's our project for today. Tell me if you can think of a nice closure to go here, or you've used this before. I'm not convinced, so I'm going to leave it. I'm not worried, because once the book is full with everything, you know, it stays closed anyway, so it doesn't really worry me. But if you were doing this as a gift, as I said, stick the ribbon on the back. You can always tie it on the front here or on the side. That would work. But I'm quite happy with this as it is. Right, thank you so much for spending time with me again today. I hope that you've enjoyed this. Go and make this with an envelope. It'll go in any theme. So don't feel obliged to have to use my kit if you don't have one. That's all right. It's just about having some fun, relaxing for a little bit, and doing something just for ourselves. All right, everyone, I will see you later on in the week. Have a great week. Go and take some time out for yourself. And I will see you all very soon. Bye-bye.